Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Envizion Revelations here. I get to show you Towns 0.50. Now, this is a test version. This is not how it's going to be in release. There are still a couple of things to be worked on, but it will be released very soon. The first thing that most of you will want to see are the new levels. So let's take a look. We now scroll up levels as we would underground, but now we can go up above the ground level. This is how the new terrain is going to work. No more raising and lowering terrain. It is now done like this. All randomly generated as before. We have our rivers and lakes as before. Jungle will spawn. But now we have our new hills. Currently the map goes up to 12 high. And I don't remember how deep it goes. I think it's about what it used to be, or a little deeper. Alright, so about playing the game. Playing the game is just as it used to be. We'll need to chop some wood. Harvest some wheat. I guess, and some flowers. Let's get a carpentry built. See, this is the same. And go ahead and show you the new menus. We have scaffolding. Now what scaffolding does, it's kind of like a ladder. It allows your townies to move up and go through them. It's a building tool, and I will show you how it works in just a little bit. A log wall, which is basically a log fence, but you can stack them on top of each other. But this is the new thing. We have now building blocks, and that they are, blocks, much as the terrain is. So it gives us a little different building, and it's more how to build now. We still have the thinner walls, but these are a little more effective in some areas. Here you can see, which is basically the new wooden wall we had gotten before, but now it's in a block format. Here's another wall. Here's the original stone wall, but they've all been cut in half to be one block high. These are all our new building blocks to use. They all look fantastic. You'll see the scaffolding in just about every menu because you're going to need it no matter what you build. Decorative walls. Some new choices here. Again, scaffolding. Others. Our ice wall. Clay walls. Golden walls. And this is new, is you build your own roofs now. They're not automatic. And you get to choose the color, but it's going to take resources to do, so when you build a building, it's actually going to take at least 3 times as many resources as it did before. So you got to keep that in mind as you're planning your city. Make sure you have enough resources to cover it, because you have to build buildings too high to make it look right and all that. I'll be showing you. Planning is the same. Utilities, these will all be the same. But here we have the burner, which is by Burning Pet, I believe. Working with somebody else, one of the modders, and it's for getting rid of items that you don't want. These are just traps. These are the same traps as before. The ladders. We have our scaffolding, which I said works kind of like a ladder. Then we have these staircases of all different shapes and sizes. our bone stairs from the contest. We have a ramp, limestone ramp. They currently don't turn, they will only face one direction. But you see here we got our variety for whatever need you want it to be. Furniture. You'll see down here the purple throne. These three being from the building contest as well. This is the chess table without the pieces on it. There is one with pieces on it. We have this chimney that Burning Pet made, and this was from the building contest also. Really looking forward to getting to build this in the game myself, because it looks really cool. And here we don't have graphics for it just yet, but for the doors we have our door choices. A log door, or wooden door from before. A half door, best for halflings. Looks like the door, Lord of the Rings. The block wooden door. Now this door I thought originally was meant to replace this one, but you can't stack it on top of itself, or at least not yet. So this looks more of like a fence door. Our hedge gate, we had that before, fence door. These are also cut in half, so they're only one high, you can still go through them. The bone door. Now these doors are actually 2 blocks high, but you can they still only count for 1 spot for now. I think that will change, but for now it's aesthetically or visually 2 blocks high. So just keep that in mind when you're building your structure, as not to build over it if you don't want to. Here's our windows. These are windows that we're getting rid of. They were windows from before all the window choices we had, but now we have these 3 choices. This one for the wooden walls from before, and the stone walls. This is our block window. It looks quite nice actually. Has multiple uses I can already think of. Alright, so decorations. Let's look at the indoor. You'll see these top ones are the same, but now we have the harp and the chess table for those witty townies. These 2 from the build contest. Outdoor, we'll see Wizard Jin's statue, a gargoyle, the tombs by Ulrich. He liked this one. We have the flags. We even have a sign for a building. Containers are the same, and the buildings are the same. Alright, back to playing the game. We'll get to it. Playing the game same as we would before. We're going to need some stone. So as we mine out, we'll be mining these blocks like this. But in order to go down, we have to either dig or to dig a ladder. If we dig a ladder, it does this. It builds a staircase so you can go down. Now this makes it look like everything has disappeared from the world. We're actually going down a level, and just as a reminder, this layer up here, instead of digging, we can now mine. We're actually going to dig down a little more, because if you dig all this, you're going to have this big open hole in your landscape. Some people may like it. I personally do not. So we're actually going to mine out that spot right there. It is mined. At this point I will show you, you press the Z key, everything is reduced by half so you can see things that might be behind it. Now there's a stone ore here, and in order for us to dig deeper, we have to delete it. So we'll go ahead and delete that, and we'll dig another ladder, make us go deeper. Now we're going deeper. Now we're in the layer beneath, so we won't be digging stuff that's visible up here. We'll dig out a good spot here. Press Z so make it go back up again. And pause the game. And dig out a pretty good area. So, good stone to use. Now, you also see that we're just over the dungeon as well, and we're actually looking into it right here. That's why I can't reach it, because it's actually going down. Oh, and then you can see the spider down there. So you do have to watch out for that. There's not another layer between you and the spider layer, so you can be right over them, but underground you cannot traverse up and down a level without a ladder of some sort. So don't worry about spiders jumping up and eating your townies as they're trying to mine up here. They're still safe for now. If they, the dungeon's pretty big, so you have to like selectively mine around it if you don't wish to fight them just yet. Alright, so we have some stone now. Go up so we can see where our city is. There it is. We're going to build a wood detailer. And we're also going to till some lands for making our crops. Build our mason's bench. It now no longer requires a stone hammer, so that's one less thing you have to really have to worry about, and you can totally mess up getting your city ready when you forget that. And they're going to finish their tilling. We're also going to set to harvest some more wheat. So that's the first food source that we're going after. She's asleep. For those who are waiting to see me build a multi-story building, I will be getting to that before the end of this video, so you can skip through this boring part if you so desire. You will not hurt my feelings. Things can spawn on hills, so make sure you look there as well. If you look from up here, you can see everything, but you can only select things on the level that you're on. So you will have to scroll down in order to actually use it, to select it. Like here, this does nothing. But if you scroll down, now you have it selected. And they'll run up and down hills. There it goes. They prefer to be on the same level that they're on, but if they can't reach it, or just it's too far around, then they'll go up the hill. Alright, how are we doing over here? Alright, let's get some wheat being planted. I like to do it in rows, just because. Our froggies here, they get their own little island. This is actually a pretty cool spawn, I have to say. We have two islands. Makes me think Indiana Jones is going to show up anytime. Let's keep an eye out for that. More wheat. Now, there is a river, but in most map spawns, the mountain can actually go over the river like this. Most tests that I've done have been like this, so come to expect it, but it does make nice like a underwater cavern kind of thing, like this, and gives us a good bridge to get to the side for things that we may need. Alright. More wheat. Alright. You also notice as you scroll up, the bottom levels get darker. This is to make it easier to see what level that you're on, to make things, you know, look the way they're supposed to. Ben's burning pet is going to work on making shadows to eliminate this, or at least reduce it, but for now we're going to have it. It works fine. Alright, so now we have this. Need mills. Almost forgot to complete making their food source. The eating and sleeping times have been changed. I'm not sure exactly what they are now, but they don't eat as often. But it takes longer to make food, so it does balance out. We'll go ahead and make some now. So let's get a baker's table, a couple of them actually, and some baker's ovens. Let me work on that. And we can also mine out this stone deposit over here. Actually one above, but it should fall. If you dig up underneath it, I think it's going to fall if they don't mine it out first. Yeah, there we go. Or maybe not. There we go. Oh, there we go. He's going to mine it. You can mine just by clicking, you know, dig. It does work, but this is a little bit faster, a little more efficient. Okay, so we have all that. Same as before. We're set to harvest wheat, and we're going to bake bread and let them have at it. Alright, so now we can get to what you want to see. We're going to build a structure. For that we're going to need more wood. You could build a tree farm, but for this demonstration I'm just going to skip through that. And since we're going to be building it for the carpentry, we're going to make it out of wood, because wood's an easier resource to get. And we're going to build it with the new wooden blocks to show you what that's like. So we're going to lay it out much as we would a wall previously. Like so. And we'll let them get to that. Kind of makes it look like it's at night, doesn't it? Here they're going to start building the wall. We're also going to build the door. The door will actually have to be made using the carpenter's bench, as will the roof, but we'll get to that in a couple minutes. Okay, now the tricky part. In order to place a wall, they have to be able to stand on the same level that they're placing it. So, like, they need to be standing on this wall to place it. well, eventually they're going to run out of room, and they can't place it. One spot will be, they can't stand on the same level. So that's when the scaffolding comes into play. So we're going to place one scaffold, place it right here, and someone's going to bring it across, just like that. Now they can walk up to this block and stand up on it to place the block, but they'll need that extra space. So in order to do it, you're going to scroll up one level like this, line up, and place the block. And so whoever's been given the task will bring it. There they are. And you're going to work your way around like this. It's an actual technique. I'm not just doing it just to be slow and making you wait. It's so they don't like start placing it random places with that red X because they couldn't find a path to place it. But you can place them in a semi decent pace because it'll take time to retrieve the wood, bring it over here, and all that business. So right along, and they like to stand kind of in the way. That's how tinies roll. That and that. Now our second level is done. There's still a graphical glitch where the wall will appear over the door. This happens also for trees and hills. You see the tops cut off here. You see better here. It's going to happen. It's going to be in the release version, I do believe, but it will be fixed most likely in the next version. Okay, now that everyone's sleeping on the scaffold, let's build some more. We can't build scaffolds straight up because, like I said, they need a spot to stand on the same level. So we're actually going to build scaffolds 2 by 1 in order for it to work. Then we'll place another here and then one beside it because they can stand in the scaffold. They just need the other scaffold there. So now we're high enough to build the roof. And we're going to use the wooden roof to build with. It's the cheapest to make. It only requires 1 wood. And now wood also acts like scaffolding in that they can walk through it. So it actually will not hurt to put it right in their way. In fact, building it across from whatever side you start with, just because it is, they can walk through it and attach stuff to it. A wall block can be placed in the air. It doesn't have to have something under it, as long as it has something next to it. If you you try to build a wall block off this wall, you can, but let's see. I'll show you in a second. I should show you now. Let's build a block next to this roof. I think they can connect to a roof. If not, then it'll fall down to the next wall block, which it can then connect to. Here it comes up. See? But without this roof there, it'll drop down to the next location that it can be on. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So we actually have some manner of like a physics thing going on. Okay, more roof. Wasted a wood to show you that. Okay, now we can simply place it across because they can walk through that roof tile in order to reach it. That's a tip for you when you start making your .50 towns. I should not have placed that one this early. But you place it along here at the back, where they can just walk around into it. Now this is going to take a little time. I can build another carpenter's bench in the time. You can't see your cursor through the walls. Maybe that will come back. Just keep in mind, it is still there. It's just hard to see. But you can see it after the order has been placed. Just can't see your cursor. Okay, so they're about to place it all the way across. And as you see, as you build up, people on the forums were talking about not being able to see what's on the other side. Well, from here you can't. You can hide it, but it's still going to not see everything. That's easily fixed by just scrolling down, and well, there it is. Also, you can press Z, and the blocks will go down. The key is Z. Alright, it does not work for roofs. Put another roof there, and that row there, because they can reach all of those spots, and we'll have our first completed house. Another trick is to use scaffolding as a quick window, because in order to make normal windows you'll need glass, which means you need iron, and at this point in time in the test, iron is harder to get to. And look at them all like pigeons on my roof. Let's get them away from there. Come chop some more trees. And they're just gonna sleep on my roof. Bunch of freeloaders. So in order to do that, you can like delete out a block. Well, that in itself could be a window. But if you place down another scaffold, the bottom here, and then place one in that spot, and remove all the other scaffold. That's what this button down here is for. Destroy scaffold. It'll make the townies come and get rid of them. They're going to get stuck on the roof. That's what they get. And there we have a nice little shack, a little woodworking shack with a little window. And that's how it works. Everything else is about the same. Dungeon crawling. Fun, fun, fun. So yeah, I'll leave you with this little sneak peek of what's coming up soon. Be sure to look out for when Caprontos will post a guide on how to play this game. The wall building can be a little hectic, and it's a little difficult to learn. It's not as straightforward as it was before, so be sure to look out for that. Thanks for watching. Please do post a comment to this video with what you would like me to build with this new terrain and multi-story feature. It can't be a very big project, I don't have the time for it, but a small to medium project, something you'd like to see that can be built with the tools I have shown you in this video, please do comment, and the one I like the most I will do. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy playing Towns .50.